an Ethernet cord because my parents were like, yeah, you aren't going to need it. I was like,
You
I would like it for a backup.
Cord.
Yes.
I need it for a backup.
Those who tell you otherwise.
They didn't
They're
get
lying.
it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, and I left my But yeah, so I'm currently borrowing without asking because it's not in my roommate's Ethernet cord.
Well,
because I'm just like, I ain't going through the process of restarting my laptop.
There you go.
Because
I
can fix it. I just need to completely shut down my laptop and reboot it.
Yeah.
To go to fix it. So.
And I will say, Unholy Lucifer, sorry for going off. It, just like I said in chat, sometimes when I feel
if it was unholy, I can guarantee you it was not at all meant to be offensive in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
100% I'd put everything I own on that.
Yeah, it's just hard to read text sometimes.
I say yeah because Lexi just suddenly went quiet, and then I'm just like, I look, it's like, oh wow, that's the first time it's a man who knows how fucking long.
Okay, I've been meaning to say something. Sometime. I love your mug, and please tell me you drink Tim Hortons religiously.
Bro, I drink Tim Hortons like it's my day job. Sorry, I'm Canadian. You just like smart, bro. I heard Tim Hortons. I was like, let's go get a rip and a donut, buds.
Let's do it. You know what? I don't like your. I think I might need to switch communities because you guys have been very bashing on me for my Tim Hortons. I think I might need to switch over to these guys.
No. Hold on.
Join me in my Hortons guild.
Okay, computer chick
Everyone's
has
the Timmy hose.
My computer chick has said something in a staff chat that you guys can't see, but I'm gonna read.
Oh shit.
She said she's working on something for work, but listening. When she ran a podcast in 2017, Royale tried to add her account, not this one, but she caught on quick and never got involved. She doesn't trust her information out there. A bot doesn't cost $500 a year. She made a bot back in the 1990s with Yahoo for free.
Royale did not exist in 2017. It's only been around since about August 2008.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is.
Okay, that's just what she was saying. I'm just saying.
No. We're just reiterating to the fact that they were not around at that point in time. Raker and Xavier could have been around with the idea of it. I don't know, and I'm not going to comment
Raker and
any
Construct.
Further. Oh wow, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Oh, one of us emotes.
Nice.
What channel is that from?
Yeah, nice.
Mine.
Oh, yours. Nice.
Oh, nice. Nice.
If I spend money, I'll have to drop a sub over there on my main account because. Let me just be honest.
I won't say no.
Let me just be honest here. One of us. One of us. One of us.
Gobble.
Google Gob.
And honestly, it's great. It's great that we actually have this conversation going because it needed to happen.
Oh, the thing is, though, I think it's not that it's so much that it hasn't happened. It's that this is one of the first, I'm going to call it reforms, where it hasn't turned into an all-out bloodbath. Because
I'm good. Admit,
happened.
There was an ulterior motive for that.
Oh, was there?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Any Royale member right now can walk in an AMA and ask a question.
Yeah.
When has that happened, Jazz?
No.
That's a really good point. I've been gone so long, my rationale has come back. I have to go back to being illogical Royale thinking. I'm like, wait, hold on. Let me bash my head against the wall.
And I will say this: we've always said this. If anybody from Royale wants to come on, you are more than welcome to come on. We will be fair with you. We may ask you hard-hitting questions that you may not like, but we will be fair with you, and you'll be open to phone calls just like Sumpta is and everybody else in here. You're open to the same situation for everybody. We are nothing but fair here.
Right, and then once again, I'm going to reiterate this, because there was a question where Helix was like, can't answer in public. Fair enough. If you don't want to answer that question,
you don't have to.
Huh? You don't have to, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I heard.
Yep, and at no point feel forced. Like I said, I'm not here to attack anybody. If anyone feels like they don't want to come on because I have a loud opinion on things, I promise you I'm very nice and cuddly.
Yes, see, just from meeting you guys here in this call, I think you're cool. And honestly, we like having fun here. We delve into these issues occasionally, but we try to approach them from a decent perspective, like a non-drama channel perspective, not a Keemstar or anything. We want to do it the right way, and
World Star Talk Show.
yeah, we want to have fun, and we talk. We don't talk about this heavy stuff all the time, because let's go right into the doxing with Drama Alert. He is a known doxer.
You know what? Honestly, at the end of the day, it's something that I think it's been, this conversation has been talked about so much on one-on-ones, you know, small groups here and there, yada yada. And when it finally blew up, it was like the floodgates opened. And I'm going to say this right now. Some of the stuff people said was unwarranted about Royale. Listen, all accusations, all things aside, these are people. Okay,
Yeah,
whether they made mistakes or not, they are not out here to intentionally destroy people's lives. They tried to do the best they could. They might have fucked up along the way. That's their problem. That's their mistake. But at no point do people deserve to be called some of the things that they were called, nor do they deserve to be treated the way they were treated in some aspects. I understand your anger. I understand your frustration. But at the end of the day, how would you feel if that was your family member, brother, sister, younger cousin, girlfriend, significant, whatever?
And I
You know?
understand that.
agree. Oh,
There's a lot of shots taken on both sides.
100%.
I don't know if they needed to be taken, but from my perspective, all I was doing was telling people, "Hey, this is a scummy community. You may want to be cautious about it." I never said don't join. I never said, you know what I mean?
You may always call me Jazzy. I have no issues with that, Rose, ever. Literally what everybody calls me.
Making sure.
so
Everybody calls me Jazzy. It's like my nickname.
Yeah, why would somebody need to make a game out of streaming?
Is it based off of... Okay, so hold on. My question on sometimes Jasmine call you based off of what I understand, they're doing point system to make a game out of streaming. Why would someone find it needed to make a game out of streaming? Because...
Can I grab this one?
Yeah, you grab that one, because I'm like, I don't know if I can say...
Sometimes people need a goddamn carrot to get off their ass to do what they should in streaming with network.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
hey,
Yeah.
I guess I can understand that.
Yeah.
But the problem lies when you stop focusing on what you intended to create and instead try to create something almost completely different with zero support and then force that upon people. Your mistakes are going to show from the past, because now all of those people who were content and happy and okay are now being forced into a situation they don't like. And that's ultimately when it stopped being about community. I honestly think the biggest mistake Royale ever made was putting that website up. And I stand by that statement 100%.
and going back to what you said about people bashing each other on, like, saying these small groups bashing on these Royale streamers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the Royale streamers. It could be any group at this point.
Could be Grizzly Nation, could be
I'll
Twitch
just-
Kittens, could be, you know, B42, could be any goddamn community on the face of the earth.
Yeah, because
You know?
every community, there is no such thing as a perfect community. There's
No, let's
always
just admit the truth. They got caught. That's the only difference. I'm not bashing anyone's communities, but everybody in every community somewhere has made a mistake they don't want people to know about. And that's just human, and that's okay. And they deserve forgiveness. And if they fix those mistakes, all the power to them. But Royale is the first one to get caught and put in the spotlight. They're going to get it the worst.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. And they need to understand that, and then they need to say, like, okay, the community is taking shots at us for this, and this. How can we improve our PR? How can we?
Well, see, that's their biggest downfall, is they have no PR. And the PR they did allow to have, who I'm going to not name because me and this person do not have a good rapport, but this person was allowed to openly bash people in the help channel for the website, telling them horrible things, only for when the bug hit them, for them to immediately say on stream while live, I'm going to Mixer.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Like, if you're going to do anything, Raker and Xavier, if you have any hopes of fixing this, go hire yourself a PR person, someone who has nothing to do with Royale whatsoever, someone's life who is actually dedicated to building and saving people's reputations, and maybe you can bounce this back. And if not, do the responsible thing and close the goddamn doors.
Yeah, I think the thing that sunk Royale from the beginning, from my personal thoughts on this, is everyone in the communities, the communities that were like the streamer communities type of things, like the I wouldn't necessarily say the Godvec community, but communities like that were way outside it. Is they saw from the start this seems like a pyramid scheme, and they stayed the hell away from it. And that's okay. And Royale seemed like they're way too defensive. It's that old saying, you protest too much. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense, but at the same time, and this is just, I think, again, basic human nature. I sound like the guy from Jurassic Park. God damn it.
Holy fucking shit. That's a dinosaur. Sorry, I had to.
All right, there. Nugget, you got your joke. Continue.
Yeah, you got your joke.
Yeah, you got your joke. So the thing is, though, it's just human emotionlessness aspect is humans love to go for the red flags. Is it not a big enough sign to all of us here that no other community on Twitch wanted anything to fucking do with them whatsoever? When all of them are based on interacting with each other, Royale was the one dead set community. Everybody was like, yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot fucking pole. You could not pay me to go near that. There's a reason behind that, man. Like, there has to be. That kind of consensus doesn't just come from one person sprouting a bullshit seed and it growing into a big old bullshit tree. Like, it doesn't happen that way.
No, I mean, never mind. I lost my train of thought.
On that bullshit tree?
Yeah, right. Like,
I lost my thought train. All right, thought train.
Yeah.
He doesn't
what I
have,
mean?
he doesn't have thoughts very often,
But
Shut up, Carl.
oh, Carl.
But yeah,
People.
that's literally my follow sign.
That's amazing.
Yeah, if you do it from
Carl,
Yeah,
that
and on-
kills people.
Nice.
Beautiful. The
I'm
lovely
so-
elderly couple from 2B. Carl.
well, let's get some more questions here for
baby hands.
All right.
guys. Let's get some more questions here for Sumpta. If you have any questions out there, and if you're watching, you can call in, and you can ask them too.
Wrong chat.
Yeah, come on. We have
Mark
him here. We have him here. We're ready for questions.
God,
I'm glad that's moved chat.
Whether you're from Royale Streamers, Twitch kittens, or not associated with any, or not in any community whatsoever, just call in.
God damn it, Carl.
I don't care what community you're part of. Got a question? Ask.
Yeah, and I think everybody can agree that if you are nice to people, and you can networking in other channels that allow it, and you do things the right way. There are a lot of streams out there that will let you promote your streams. And like Godvec is an example. He actually wants people to promote their streams. He likes helping people grow. Okay?
Yeah, you have to realize, even with that aspect, and I don't mean to be rude or attack anything whatsoever, but there is an easily accessible gain for him in that. In the aspect of every person that does promote and feels the way you do will do exactly what you've done here and talk about him and the community and the aspect, and it helps him grow. I'm not bashing it because I don't know anything about the community, but I am just saying it's not like it's coming from a completely charitable aspect, and nothing does, but I'm sorry. I always like to say that. I don't mean to be bashing anything. It's just my nature that says that.
And I'm not saying in any way that Godvec is scummy at all. It's the complete opposite of it, But it, on the level, it just seemed to me, going through it, being around since everyone first heard of it, it seems Royale's one of the more scummier communities because of that.
I don't know if scummy's the right word. I just feel like they didn't. I just feel like they didn't try and hide what they were doing, or weren't smart enough to do so. Like, I don't really know which one it is, but like, second one. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, we have another question from Lexi. And let's go finish your thought, then I'll read the question.
It's just, it's just like I'm sure if they were smart enough to hide it, we wouldn't be having this conversation. If I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Lexi
is that a bash on them being dumb enough to somehow come off okay? Or is that a bash on them now in the aspect of, did you just not give enough of a shit until you got caught? Like, you know what I mean? It's a weird toss.
Yeah. Lexi, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I was doing it in text so that way I don't interrupt your guys' thoughts.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
But I put one of the Royale streams who I won't say out of respect and to keep her
Anonymity sakes.
privacy.
I already know who this is.
But I asked what that does, and
Oh,
well,
did you
she
see my friend
basically
request?
told me what it does and mentioned that it used to do something different. What is it that it used to do?
What did Royale used to do?
The bot. How did the
Royale
bot work?
bot.
What did it do before?
So someone on Royale said that the bot changed in the way that it operated versus how it operates now. What Lex is asking is pretty much, what was it doing before and how so has it changed now?
And I
Fuck
think
if
that's a
I
damn
know
good
how
question.
many different versions I've been through.
So I think the correct answer is it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've
So-
been around the bot since the stage of it just being a
That's
general
right.
point keeper to this bolted on Frankenstein it is now.
Oh God,
Okay.
it's terrifying.
So Sumter, what did it, from what you remember, what did it used to do? Let's just start there. From what you remember, what was it? From what you
All
know,
it
what was it?
used to do was just keep track of points and update rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and as
That's
of
all it used to do.
and then
The bot was so innocent at one time.
and then when you
Don't
left
they all?
Royale, what did the bot do?
Shit.
A
Well,
lot.
I'm trying.
Which
I'm
one?
trying. Well,
There's more
I
than
guess
one bot.
well, okay. So what did they? I don't know.
I
Well,
can tell you
that's why we're asking.
there's at least 8 by the time I left.
Oh wow.
So collectively, what were the roles of the bots is the best way
Yeah,
to confirm
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I'm just gonna ignore the support system, so that gets rid of 1.
Mm-hmm.
There was the crawler that was working through Twitch for anytime anyone went live between titles, games, current viewer account, and whatever other permissions you accept. I don't have those memorized, so if you ever want to check what those permissions are, if you're in Royale, I will show you right on my stream where you can find out right now.
Okay, so yeah, walk us through it so people listening to us can hear too.
Go to your Twitch settings, like for your account,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, getting this bot out of my channel took way too long.
and it will be in here somewhere.
In connections, right?
Yep. This is a long list. I have a long list because I've been around here for a bit.
Yeah.
That's why it took me a long
And this
time.
is not a bad thing. Like little things like Warframe will pop up in this list.
Yes.
So if you really want to know what the bot wants, get rid of it here and try and re-add it. You'll get your permission list. I'll show you an example of this right now. Since I'm not in Royale, I can make it ask me for permissions.
Okay.
See, here's the current list for
Apparently
Royale.
there were 6. Someone in Sumter's chat was saying.
Yeah, there were 6 bots.
Yep,
He's
there
talking about
were
the
6.
shards that he's seen in Discord.
Wow.
God, why you Canadians so rude?
Listen, I'm sorry.
Do you know my community?
Canadians are awesome, Carl.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm looking at
Carl's
his stream.
Carl's
I'm looking at his-
opinion.
I'm looking at his
It's not-
stream, and there's just something that says the rude Canadians.
How you doing, baby?
That's my community. That's my business.
I am following you on Facebook. Oh shit! Wait, no, I shouldn't. Oh, whatever. Fuck it.
If you want, go for it.
Yeah.
Whatever,
So,
I don't care.
but yeah, I mean that was a good question. I mean,
But
And
that's the start of it. The Discord side was meant just
Yeah.
as role management and answering whenever you check things.
yeah. So-
The Twitch side grew, it changed. It's
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
logging what your message was, the context of your message to
Yeah, my
figure out
God.
if it was supposed to be genuine chatter or not. There was a stage where if you did any command, so !play, for example, it would ignore you. It was taught these things. I'm grabbing that one as an example because a lot of people know exactly what that command is.
Mhm.
Wait, I'm so confused. Which one's you?
Have they been respectful to you since you left, or have you heard anything? We're just curious on that point too. That was
I have been told nothing since I was told to reapply for my old job.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah.
I've not had the same courtesy.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. What if they, out of curiosity, and we'll be and like I say, we'll be fair if they want to come on, but. What did they say to you out of curiosity? Because I don't know your situation.
It wasn't. So I can't name names because I don't want to expose people who sent me things out of kindness to their hearts, and I appreciate you. But I have screenshots of them talking to people I know, bashing me in my community and saying that pretty much I did all this for clout chasing and that this whole thing is going to boost me and my channel and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's, my response to that was a very angry stream where I did a little talk show on Royale and how I felt. And I was not, how do I put this? I was not careful with names or how I felt about certain people.
Yeah.
It was an interesting week.
All right, so
go ahead. Whoever was talking next, I think it was I.
So you said that some !play command sounds like it's more of a Royale thing because I've never heard of this thing. Sometimes
that would be a command for your chat. For example,
your
in
chat.
my chat, if you're a moderator, you can actually start or stop my song requests with that command. In other chats, it does other things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's just a general thing that
like
could
vary. I'm not
vary.
pointing a finger at what it's for because I don't want that to get its own problem.
Yeah.
Like with me, like that wouldn't apply to my streams because I don't do a song request system. I just don't.
I have a song request system. It's just no one knows about it, and I just play fucking.
I'm just tired of Twitch muting my stream, so I said F it.
Yeah. So I use a thing called Pixel Jerks, I think is what it's called. It's in Streamlabs OBS. But they have some decent music on there that I use when I stream because I don't like the getting my VODs muted either.
Yeah, it makes it hard to look back.
If you don't want the muted VOD, come visit me live.
Yeah.
I just don't
you
like
don't
it
like
if I
that
want to go
muted,
back
I'll
and
come
watch
visit me
my
live.
streams.
So, and sometimes I do actually have something, and I hate to go back to the Twitch Kittens or Royale drama back from May, but I have to see this. When you guys saw the notice that they put out, the little letter that they said, what was the reaction internally, and what were your thoughts outside of Royale about it? Did it make sense what they were saying, or take us inside that?
I don't actually remember what the thing TK put up. I do remember the reaction, and this is going to surprise someone here. That's when we actually did get a professional PR person in staff.
Holy shit!
Yes, we did have one. That person was ejected with the moderation purge.
So
the moderation purge that made absolutely zero effing sense and made everybody question their integrity as a team. Yeah, that was a great call on their part.
Yeah, sometimes I linked it in the show on stream. I put a link to that tweet there. Ooh. Just to refresh your memory on this.
I am very confused. What I found.
I will actually read it for the stream so they can see it in case I hasn't put that up, but. Going to keep it, and I don't want to. And by the way, the reason I'm doing this is not to inflame old drama.
Damn it, I'm playing damage.
It's to get to the bottom of this. It's to get what was really happening on that side, and we don't want this is. I want to make that perfectly clear. We just wanted to get because when we saw this go out, I can tell you what it was like on our side, but I'll say that after I read this. Going to keep this short and blunt. There is a problem on Twitch right now called Royale Streamers. It's a viewer fraud service. And this is their words, not mine. no pitchforks, nothing short of predatory and a scam both towards streamers and
It's
advertisers.
up now, Nick.
Okay, but you guys can read it for yourself. I don't have to. Should I continue reading it or?
If you want to,
It's
go
on
for
screen.
it.
I'll
Okay.
link them in my chat. But that was the primary response. Was we did actually get our own professional PR person.
Thank God.
Okay, and also they somehow somebody from Twitch Kittens got a screenshot of it being linked in your Discord.
Of course, because
As
the
well.
same thing that happened there is happening here, where it's, ooh, I found a shiny.
Mm-hmm.
Not just kill it. It's just a glitch.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
It-
this is a response to what I was talking about with the mass invite going. Twitch
Okay.
Kittens just didn't want anything to do with Royale.
and that's fine.
It's fine.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but you can understand how this, as things played out, you can understand it from people who are outside Royale, seeing this and thinking, "Oh shit," because I know Twitch Kittens is respected in the community and everything. Not saying bad about anything else, but you could see how it could blow up.
Mm-hmm.
You get where I'm going? You get where I'm going with that? I mean,
Yeah, and if you scroll down in the same post, you'll also find this reply, which links it to the image you were talking about.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Smartest thing they did was bring on that professional PR person, and everything that went on, we just handed it to them to let them filter through for what moderation needed to do.
Smartest
Alright,
decision
so
you can
new-
make.
New image. Alright,
Sorry,
and
Hi's not really good at this. She's kind of slow.
It's okay. Practice makes perfect.
Well, you gotta think. I'm also just. Alright, here's the link, and now we're immediately talking about it. So,
Yeah, sorry.
honestly, I need probably about 30 seconds, maybe a bit more if I don't already have a browser source in there.
Hi.
That's fine. It's
I'm
okay.
just sitting in front of you. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
we joke around here. We
I know.
do joke around, but
I say normally if I'm given about 30 seconds warning, I should be able to do most of them because I already have a browser source in there.
yeah.
Hi, quick, 30-second warning.
But yeah,
Well, no, I need the link
Oh.
for the warning. They're
I know.
genius.
I know in the streaming communities that I was in and other people were in, that was brought up. Like the whole thing was brought up, and it did make Royale look bad, and there was rumors going around that time too.
You
These
can
guys
say
are
it made it
pyramids,
look
yeah.
bad. One of the biggest things I seen, because at this stage I was in moderation, support didn't exist yet. The
Okay.
biggest thing I seen was we gained 3,000 people.
Yep.
Out
It
of
was
the
a
blue.
bad luck, good publicity stunt.
Not a stunt.
Oh.
I don't think it was planned as a stunt.
Oh no,
at
no, no,
all.
no! I don't mean it as a planned stunt. Like it just ended up becoming a stunt in itself.
Yeah. So I think Carl has some more questions. Go right ahead, Carl.
No.
Yes. You said it.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah. If,
Well, if you don't have to, you don't have to.
yeah. But
So, you guys, I was waiting for people to talk and be like, see if my answers would be. Oh God, English.
You can do it, Carl.
It's okay. English is hard. I get it.
Alright.
Second language. God. Okay, come on.
You verstehen Deutsch? Français? Español?
No.
Okay.
American Indian.
Yeah, I don't have Navajo. Sorry.
Actually, it's not even Navajo.
Wrong tribe.
Sorry.
We're not getting into this.
I say I
for
know the
another stream.
tribe. I'm not going to name the tribe because it's very, very. The location is very specific.
Okay, Carl, what's your question?
So, basically, from all of what I've taken in, because I sleep through the podcasts. Why? Sorry.
Carl, come on.
Basically, what really Just continue on.
No,
No,
what's your
what? No,
question?
I'm that. Just continue on.
And-
Just write it down then.
Yeah, Carl,
take your
write it
time,
down,
write it
ask
down.
it.
When you're ready,
Yeah.
hit enter.
Yeah,
That works.
Carl, we have a chance to get our questions answered. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. And that goes to anybody in chat. If you have stuff that you want to ask, feel free to call in. I'll do the call-in thing right now.
Call in, their chat, my DMs. People know how to find me.
Yeah. So when a new bot was added, when they changed the bot, was like spontaneous, like, oh hey, we're doing this, or was there actually a like process behind it?
For the
Royale.
staff and a majority of moderation, it was surprise. Oh, you didn't know this was active? It's been there for like a week.
Wow.
Yep, I kind of had a feeling that was going to be it.
There were very, very few times we were given a heads up of a feature change.
That's not good.
Yeah, are you sure it wasn't a bug? Or you know that whole bugger feature joke? Yeah, it bombed. Can't win them all.
From a perspective of them not making any money, how many of those sponsorships were paid?
I have no idea if anything financial went to management outside of what we see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because
What
some
I
of those
do
games
know-
are hot dog ass.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I think
What
I've
I
written it
do
down.
know, and this is an example I am going to drag out, the shaving one that went up recently.
Oh god.
Yeah, you can say that, but this is a good example of
Images
what
are
makes
going
me-
on pause. I'm going to take a bathroom break.
Okay.
Have fun.
That
Oh,
offer
God.
first went to the premier members, as sponsorships do,
Mm-hmm.
for 50 each.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was offered later to other people to take part, get the package, and if they were one of the gross sellers, they would get 50. So there's a missing piece in there.
Yeah, that doesn't add up.
It adds up to about $2,000 to $2,500.
Yeah, that doesn't.
I don't know if that was coming from the sponsorship or from the pool they were provided. That part is all speculation.
Yeah, and of course those are all hidden behind the doors nobody sees.
That was kept to only management.
Yeah, I figured.
So, with all this racking up of followers and getting affiliate on Twitch with the lurk for lurk, follow for follow, and getting that.
There's no follow for a follow.
There is no follow. Oh.
No, there was,
Not at
there was
all.
never a follow.
If you want to
follow.
see the fastest way to get your ass handed to you in Royale, put follow for follow in their general chat.
Yeah, you'll get
either
eaten
banned,
alive.
deleted, or won.
Or eaten alive.
Okay. Also, I've written down my question. See if I can actually say it without fucking up.
You can do it, I have faith.
Get the marbles out of your mouth, sir. Just a joke.
Dick, that was last night. You know we're not supposed to talk about that.
Whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Okay.
We joke
What?
around here.
Why did the Royale streaming get caught while the others succeeded under the sense of still be hiding?
Ooh, I like that
But
question.
and yeah, it's just I think they do it differently. I guess they were up. At least I think they were up front, and this is you don't have to, but
Maybe because they got popular enough.
I think what happened was A,
'Cause-
they got too big too fast. B, they had the great effing divide between them and their moderation team. It was clear very early that there was very little communication between the two. And C, I'm just going to blatantly say this, they were not smart enough to figure out how to cover their tracks, because even when they got called out on moshes, the two of them trying to have a conversation, best way to put this is, if those two are ever lawyers, everyone is going to jail. Innocent or guilty, you're going to jail. So
You go to jail, and you go to jail, and you go to jail.
literally, it's like an Oprah show. Everyone's
Yes.
going to jail.
I
You
would,
look like you're
yes.
trying to get you're all go to jail.
So, and like, listen, it shows, if nothing else, it shows their business understanding and maturity. You don't fire your whole mod team because of certain people. That's just bad business. That's
Yeah.
just stupid, bad, illogical business, because now you have a group of people who weren't pissed off at you, but now are, and have information you probably don't want the outside world knowing. And look what happened. That information
Yes.
came out 2 days later. Like, come on, boys. Let's get our heads out of our bums, please.
Yeah.
There was a
Because we
second
obviously
reason
know
why
that
I opted to finally do this. You'd love this, Jazz.
Yes, go on.
They deleted my goodbye letter.
Wow.
They deleted your what?
That's
Goodbye
fucking
letter.
scummy. I'm sorry,
I've been
pardon my
through
language.
Royale for
That
a
is
while,
a
and lot of
big
people know
old
me,
see
so
you
I
next
left
day.
a nice,
Holy
polite
fuck.
goodbye letter just to give people some closure.
damn.
Someone's deleted it. There would have been a grand total of 3 people that could delete it at that stage. And I'm fairly sure one of them wouldn't. So that leaves it down to 2.
Damn.
So, hi, in case you missed it, they
Yeah.
deleted Sumta's goodbye letter.
The reason,
Basically.
the reason I
Wow.
asked that was because we obviously know that there are other quote
If it's
unquote
important, these guys
smaller
can leave me a message.
Yeah.
Royale groups, communities that are still under the radar of these major getting caught. Like,
Not really. Because here's the thing. And I'll put it this way in the most simplest of terms. If you watch a guy run in front of you and eat it because there's a crack in the road, are you going to friggin' stick your foot in the same crack? No. You're going to do everything you can to avoid said crack and make sure there's no possible way that you fall in the same crack they did. Every other community watched this happen and was like, all right, that's the burning house. That's what we don't ever want. Go team. They're going to be so much more on their toes now, man, because at the end of the day, half of what they were able to do was taken away from them, and exposure about things they could or could not be doing became a lot easier to find out.
okay.
So honestly, you're going to see one of 2 things. These communities are going to become mixer communities where they can go on their happy day of lurking lives, or they're going to find a way to make this work in Twitch terms. And that's it.
Yeah, and if they go over to Mixer, they have to deal with all the dress code regulations that are in their TOS.
Mixer
So
is
have fun with that
honestly a
one, boys.
pain.
Honestly, I don't think you'll see another Royale aspect in a very long time. This was a once in a couple years, like 5-year kind of thing. Like, you're not going to see this happen again soon.
Yeah, it'll
Online
never
communities
happen.
are some of the fastest evolving things ever.
Bio.
Literally. Like, look how fast memes come and go. You think people, aren't as ever changing? So, look, we're having this talk show about it right now. There's some guy literally somewhere in this chat or in one of these chats messaging someone who's messaging someone who's messaging somebody else about this.
And then
I
have a feeling they're gonna bash us and call us unprofessional.
No.
Ill-informed.
No. Even if they did, that would just open up another dialogue to yet another way they can protect themselves. At this point, it's protect or disappear. There's no advancing. Twitch literally blew up the front line and was like, we dare you to try again.
Yeah, and I will say this: I have no doubt people made friendships in Royale.
Oh, 100%. Made great friendships.
Doubt.
Made
But
great
it's still a pyramid scheme, and people need to know. Hey,
I think at this point, anybody who doesn't know that it's a pyramid scheme is just blatantly lying to themselves.
Yeah,
Like, at this point,
just look at the different pay rates.
Yeah,
well, it's not even that. Just like look at the aspects in general. Most of their most dedicated people left. Their mods were fired. They were brought on a talk show to talk about technically fraudulent activities and impeaching people's privacy. Like, at this point, man, it's just like the less people talk about them, the happier they are.
Go back.
Welcome back, Sumta. And yeah, and And also, it's also going to help for new people who don't know anything about Royale. It may have been excuse me, may have been approached. You know.
Well, no, let's listen. Let's not call the kettle black here. At the end of the day, Royale's biggest pulls were new streamers because they had no idea what the hell they were getting pulled into.
Yeah, and
You
I
know?
hope someday somebody comes across this because it's going to be uploaded to YouTube as well because we upload our VODs to YouTube.
Nice.
And they're going to see this and they're going to be like, oh shit, what the fuck have I gotten myself into?
I don't think you'll see Royale last another year, if I'm being completely honest. They don't have the infrastructure. They don't have the apparent finances. They've lost their entire mod team, half their community, and they're now the hot light of every topic about fraud on Twitch. There's no coming back from that.
All
Even
right.
with the PR team.
Yeah.
So, now I want to go back to, it's like, so Sumta, you're calling it Pyramid Scheme-esque, or ish, or something similar.
I'm agreeing
then-
with that statement. Yeah.
Jazzy is calling it blatantly, it's a pyramid scheme. Can you try to explain, like, why specifically that's your point of view? Like, Sumta, why is it pyramid scheme-ish? And then, Jazzy, why are you saying it's 100% a pyramid scheme? What are
For sure.
the differences that you see?
Sumta, if you want to go first, or I can go first, up to you, homie.
And then we have a question in Sumta's chat too that might.
Yeah,
relevant.
and I'll show Nate where to find those on mine because he's over here. Because
Okay,
he's
so-
wondering on how to cut ties. I need to load things up for that.
Okay, so do you want me to go first and you can do all that and help him out?
Oh, I multitask like a motherfucker.
Let's go then, baby.
Fucking all
No, the
boys?
reason why I say ish is the idea of a pyramid scheme is it will always funnel through, if you're at the top, you, right?
Right.
Royale, the top, there were parts of the top that did always change. You could turn around and go through the thing and it never support management.
It's true. But under that topic, and I mean this with no disrespect, Sumta, I don't think they actually ever gave a shit to make management known, because the less you were known and the less people knew who you guys were, the less they could have the comments of favoritism thrown at them and only promoting their own. Not that I'm saying it's right, but that was probably a big consensus on why management wasn't more spotlighted than it should be. And I personally think
That
the amount
was
of work
part
you
of the
guys
idea
did,
was to try and avoid the favoritism of.
for sure. But I think you guys should have gotten more, at least exposure nonetheless, other than the unfortunate support bot that made everybody look like an anus.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter if you were the person asking the question, the mod helping. At some point, someone in that conversation looked like a giant douche.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say also that if that thing with the bot randomly inviting a lot of people didn't happen, I don't think we'd be talking about Royale right now.
That's not true. They would have gotten exposed regardless. The website thing was their
eventually.
downfall. It opened the floodgates for people to finally, like I said, there was a second Discord created to specifically talk about things so that people who weren't targeted, and I put targeted in quotations, by Royale could ask questions. Like, I don't know how many times I'd put something in chat and I'd have other people who would literally copy my answer and post it, get responses. And I'm like, okay, so tell me there's no favoritism.
It's because there was a select chunk of people that actually had you blocked to not see your messages, Jet.
Oh, I know. And I know who they are. Like I said, there was a lot of people who didn't like the fact that I wasn't, afraid to speak my mind. But that's not the point we're making here. The reason I call it pyramid schemed, and blatantly pyramid schemed, is a pyramid scheme based off of exactly what someone said. If you're at the top, it funnels through you and everything goes well. Here's a little fun fact that a lot of people don't know. If you were a part of the premier team, you got fucking boost just for streaming. That's right. You would go live, and then you would get a boost that allowed you to then chat in other people's streams and get more points than other people without boost. Yes, there are requests for the other people in the community to also get boost, but at a higher rated percentage, those people were put above all else, and those people benefited the most. Anyone on Premiere who actually took the time to know they were on Premiere and use it properly, and that's using it till its fullest, knew they had an advantage.
That was design.
if
It was
guys
so
are
you
gonna-
could focus on your stream and a little less about having to chat.
But it's still a pyramid scheme in the basis that it still runs through them. They never change because they're premier. They were not only placed at the top of all other streamers.
Nope.
Yes, they were. Premier was
Nope.
above Diamond. And the only things above that were mods and management.
No, mods weren't. But Sapphire was removed. Sapphire
Yeah,
wasn't
Sapphire was
there.
removed like 3 weeks into a week into the website, or just before. That thing was there for majority of my time, if we're being honest here. That the Sapphire rank lasted for a very long time.
Yeah, and it came and went. Premier is older than what Sapphire was. But yes, they did get boost in order to try and give them a little bit of an edge, because you should be able to focus on your stream.
But so should everybody else. That's my point, is the people who are now allowed to focus on their stream based on the merits of being accepted into their program that they designed to benefit them.
Nope.
And the people that they
part
brought
doesn't
in.
benefit them.
Yes, it does.
How?
The more people that they have on there that are, as they say, quality, which are people who A, either had their own followings beforehand, B, had beautiful setups, or C, were somehow involved with them personally as a friend, as a whatever, as an early member. And this comes from people who I know in the Premier program, who openly told me on more than one occasion that that's how things were working. And this comes from more than one person. Those people were then given the right to be able to relax, while the 7,000 rest of us were forced to work like slave laborers and then told that it's about the views, not the points. Then don't have points. That is a pyramid system. You have a point-based total to incentivize people to do what you want them to do in order to get yourself and your community more members, more followers, more talked about, more exposure, more popularity. That in itself is a pyramid scheme. You are making people work for nothing but what you're giving them, while other people have benefits because you so chose it to them. That's not fair.
Okay, so try to go with like your strict pyramid scheme. If I want to go support this one person who's in Premier, how does it benefit them?
How does it benefit who?
Management.
It benefits them because it's another person in their Premier team, watching their Premier streamers, allowing their community to be talked about. That one person tells one of their other friends in Royale, hey, this is a really cool streamer on Premier. Now they're watching Premier, and let's see the other. Let's just throw a gross estimate. Oh, yes, it is. What are you talking about? What other community is point-based incentivized? What other community has a role?
I never said anything about points.
But that's still benefiting management. As long as their community is being talked about, management is benefiting. That is free publicity. It's a marketing scheme 101.
Okay.
The more people who watch your people.
Jazz.
Yes, up.
Because you said that you earlier, about like 20 to 30 minutes ago, you said that you were one of the people who would grind.
Oh yeah, bro. Hours and hours.
I'm gonna read you this really quickly.
Shoot.
You can tell me if this is true or not. This could go up to you too sometime. I'm not sure your personal stand on this. So this is a boom and bust cycle. Join Royale, grind to the highest rank, reap the benefits, in quotes, benefits of 100 plus viewers. Drop their ranks, it resets every couple of weeks. Notice people don't care when they're not the highest rank, leave.
Yep.
And it's an endless cycle from there.
Yep. Now, it's also fair to say that there are people who expect to get in there and immediately place in Diamond with no work. That's just stupid. Those people, stop whining, do some goddamn work. But at the same time, you shouldn't have to give up your entire life to grind people for 3 million points. Are you fucking kidding me? 3 million points? Come on now.
Yeah, that does seem a little insane.
I spent 48 hours straight getting out of bronze to diamond. You tell me that's a fair system. I will wait.
Here,
Let me tell you, all I did was watch premier streamers and Diamond. I didn't go to a plat streamer once. Why do you think that is? Because you get the most points for watching those people.
I sent you that.
So if you never went to any of the others, congratulations. This is how you met several of those names you dropped.
It's not, though. The only person I met through there was Earl.
Ding. And that
That's
name's
it.
come up here repeatedly.
Earl, what? Yeah, what about Earl?
The original idea for Royale, and this is where you're actually driving home that the original idea worked.
Yes, I
was
agree.
The people that needed focus get up there, you go visit them, you like them, you come back.
Mm-hmm.
That was the original idea, not what Royale is now.
I 100% agree with you.
Because someone here was worried about that exact person being concerned of, oh, they're Royale. Don't be concerned. If you like them, you like them.
No, Earl's one of the most genuine human beings I know. Guy cares more about people than he does himself. But you're right. That did lead me to a friendship, but it also negated me meeting, 5,000 other people. And obviously, I'm not going to meet all 5,000 of those people. That's just illogical in all senses and forms. But what I'm saying is the very monster they tried to not create ended up being the very thing that destroyed their community.
I think it's because they're listening to the wrong people.
Well, I almost just named somebody. I had to stop myself. But yeah, when you allow the certain people who seem to have free roam of saying whatever they want versus, Big Brother telling you to be quiet in DMs, it's not a fun time.
No, it's not. And
I don't think it was fair that
never vetted on most of these ideas.
No, and I don't think they were. You could tell. There was one time where I got messaged by a mod telling me, that's not okay. You need to watch what I say. And I was like, do you agree with that? And the mod was like, no, I don't. And I was like, what? Well, I guess this is a moot point now. But at the same time, it's very clear you guys weren't even told what's going on. And that's why I never a lot of people are going to say what they say about the help bot and the mods and whatever, but that's just because they don't actually understand that you guys didn't have control of the situation. I never blame the mods for the aspect of the Discord or the way that the community ran. I knew you guys were doing the best you could with the very minimal staff you had. And literally, if we're being honest, the support bot was some to cell phone. So
not even a joke.
That's
literally.
Funny. Oh, that's great.
It was literally some to cell phone. If Sumta wasn't there, you didn't get an answer. That was it. It was Sumta or die.
Correction. There, you could have gotten Rabble or Little Bird. They were both really awesome about handling it. There was the odd time another mod would hop in, but yeah.
I never had the actual pleasure of meeting Little Bird through those things. I met Little Bird after all of my Royale stuff, which is really weird because I would have thought that I would have, but yeah. Rabble I met a couple times. He's a good dude. Nice guy.
But
yeah, it pretty well was.
It was pretty much something
to my phone to get answers to things.
To be fair, what I remember from when Royale was getting all the hate around that time, around the May time, there were rumors of cease and desists of them trying to stop you talking bad about them.
Oh yeah.
So
there was
that's
a cease and desist threat handed to Twitch Kittens from Royale.
Yep.
Yeah, and that I think is where a lot of the scummy behavior, a lot of that stuff was talked about.
Bad behavior, but okay.
If that makes sense.
See, the thing is, I don't have an issue with the cease and desist order.
I don't exactly know entirely the situation.
Here's the thing: it's first and foremost, even having a cease and desist issue ordered, you have to have merit. There has to be a reasoning that there's a backing for that to happen, and if someone within the justice of aspects agreed with that and deemed it admissible, then that's that. And honestly, this whole thing that they did what they needed to do to protect their community, whether people like it or not. This whole fucking we're the victims cry for crap, it really irritates me on a personal level, because if anyone thinks that anyone in their right mind wants to hand out a cease and desist order, you're out of your effing mind. Do you know how much paperwork that entails? Do you know how much actual time and energy to do something as simple as being able to just go tell somebody to shut up? You just took the legal way of telling somebody to shut up. There is no one who wants to do that. They did that because now that I know they have a PR team at that time, that was probably what they were advised to do, and it was the right decision.
And I don't know
that
exactly what
opinion
caused
and
it.
decision came out before the professional PR team was brought.
Wow, that was the only good thing they did. Congratulations to whoever's idea that was.
And I don't know what started the situation between those companies, those teams.
Before I go any further, though, I don't mean to interrupt. Before I go any further, if that was not an actual legal document, I take back everything I just said.
Okay, yeah, and honestly, we don't know because I haven't seen the legal document. But I don't know what the situation leading up to that was. All that I've seen, all that I understand about it is what was said publicly on Twitter and all that stuff. If that makes sense.
Right, which does. It does. And
listen, the way I live my life is, if it quacks like a duck, if it flies like a duck, if it swims like a duck, it's probably a fucking duck. The
amount of truth in that statement.
Like, we humans have this internal issue of overthinking everything. So we've got a very simplistic aspect here. We nod, we read our facts, we go with what we know. Speculating isn't going to get us anywhere. And at this point, Lex is a duck. Can confirm. Quacked in the chat. It's right there.
I can confirm. Lex has been a duck for about 14 years.
Oh God! But yeah, I mean, I'm glad at least we're having a civil conversation and it is not devolving into motherfuckering each other. Which I'm glad that's not done.
Listen here, motherfucker.
Honestly, at the end of the day, as funny as this is going to be, because our entire conversation has been, spotlight. This whole thing is going to be literally forgotten next week. And I don't mean forgotten in the aspect of like people aren't going to remember it happened. People just won't care by next week. So I can tell you right now, after having this conversation, I no longer care.
Yeah.
Because I've said my piece. People have heard it. I'm not in Royale. I don't care what they do. They don't affect me. Their bot's not in my channel. I made my friends. They're still my friends. Good luck to you, I guess. My only business advice would be, sell whatever business stocks or whatever you're living off of and just go back to enjoying streaming and get a day job.
Yeah.
Advice
is the only reason it was even brought up on this is we got we saw the trouble truck stuff from YouTube.
Yeah, that was a little bit excessive, but like
that's new information, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
And gave our opinions on that information.
If you haven't watched Mosh's stream with them in it, I highly, 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 highly advise you do. Because that in itself answers every question anybody could have. If anybody thinks otherwise, I implore you to watch the whole video and not just parts of it.
Yeah,
quick question.
Because Trouble was in there with him, with Raker, Xavier, and Mosh. They were all there. Trouble was just typing in chat.
All right, Carl, what's your question?
Are we normal time or are we going later?
We can go as far as this has Steam, as far as I'm concerned. As long as Ty is able to stream it.
I actually have to go, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
No problem. You're more than welcome to come on anytime.
Thank you.
You're a good person, and it's great to meet you.
Thank you.
Then I'll
appreciate it.
I'll do my tip.
Have a good night.
I guess I'll
Good
do
night.
for the week since we're all here.
Sometimes
Carl,
do you have
I'm
anything?
not your tip of the week for this week.
Hold on.
You can do it through chat only.
Do you have anything more to add?
No, it's just the idea has been to any question you could think of Royale wise, ask.
Yeah, and honestly, I think we've covered a lot of ground or stuff that we didn't even know that we've learned. And I think it's good for everybody. And I think it's good that the general streaming population who may stumble upon this is going to learn things that they didn't even know.
Yeah.
You know? And that's another reason why we wanted to do this. We wanted to get that information to those people. So all the information we possibly can get out for them to understand it is out there, you know?
For sure. Alrighty. Well, with that, y'all, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Hope to see y'all again sometime. I will definitely check out all your streams and keep in mind sometime and enjoy your days.
All right, have a good one.
Ciao.
The week is
Hey, Stevie.
Carl. Carl, do it in text only. We're still finishing up the show, but But yeah, at the same time, you understand why we had those questions and concerns, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people did, and it just fate happened that you came into my chat after the stream, after the podcast last week, and we got connected and we got you on this week. And that Smooth Jazz has one last question. What is it? Getting a drum roll and everything is displayed.
Yeah, go ahead and ask. Like even when the podcast is done, if people have questions about Royale, I'm gonna go for at least another hour.
Okay.
Because I want people to feel like they were at least able to ask their question and someone acknowledged it. Even if it's something that I don't know, like Royale finances, I'll tell you I don't know.
Sumta, was there a point where Royale was told not to enforce Twitch TOS? By admins.
There are no admins in Royale. There's management and then there's moderation.
Okay, but
there is a point where management did say they weren't concerned about enforcing Twitch TOS within Royale.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab an extreme example for this. So bear in mind, this is just an extreme example.
Yeah.
So what this would mean is, for example, is if you were streaming topless on Twitch, Royale would not enforce any rules against you.
Wow.
No, this did not happen. This is an extreme example. But that's kind of the idea.
So basically, Twitch will do with you what you want, but Royale won't do anything to you.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, that's
a no-no.
I made up that example on the spot just to have an example.
Yeah, and honestly, that rubs off to me like they think their shit don't stink. And when in actuality it does. And not saying everybody in Royale is bad. I'm just saying.
Now there was a flip side to this. If you go back a couple of months, and this is something I remember helping enforce with moderation, if you had a channel that had Lurk for Lurk in the title, we would hand it to moderation to eject you from Royale.
Oh, wow.
Different sets of rules for different places. Remember how I said Lurk for Lurk, follow for follow doesn't work in Royale?
Yeah.
That's as of the time I left, which was back on the 15th, that was the stance kept on things.
Okay. And I actually agree with that stance.
I say, yeah, that's one of the things I agree with. I don't think Lurk for Lurk and follow for follow works. That just gives you one very empty community. All right, see you, Carl.
After 50 followers, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. And you just got to put into work, and a lot of the work is networking and meeting people, and I hope people realize that and start doing that and grow your streams the right way. Instead of the follow for follow and lurk for lurk.
Instead of the systems that don't really work all that well.
I need to hide my screen for a second because I have an example of a channel that's been bit in the ass because of.
And I will say, I like what Twitch did with the new TOS changes where you can only lurk 4 people and have it still count and stuff. And my thing has always been, if you support me, I'll do what I can to support you. And if it's not being in your stream, it's replying to your, retweeting your tweet or whatever, shouting someone out or rating when I can or stuff like that. It's not gonna, you know what I mean? It's whatever I can do, I will try to help my friends and stuff. And once I get to know you and everything, that's basically how I handle it. Everyone handles it differently, and that's not a bad thing.
Right.
close this stuff so people aren't seeing things that they shouldn't. Because I
Yeah,
don't
and
feel like throwing a name on this. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not that type.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want an
Well, fair.
idea of what the ranks did, and the fun part is this has dates on it.
Okay. Yeah.
But
So
this is what Royale
Oh.
can do, and this is more than just Royale because I do know they were part of several communities, Twitch Kittens included. They were
Yeah.
in many, but this is what it can do.
And by the way, I have no issue with Twitch Kittens or any other community as long, they haven't taken a shot at me. They haven't, done me wrong.
Oh, I've
So
got no issue with them either.
Yeah.
But this is just an example so people can understand how much this amplifies because this goes back to the post Carl made about Royale streamers being like Twitch steroids.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, it does look like Twitch steroids. Yeah.
This is their averages.
Wow.
And they're down to 2 or 3 average now.
Wow. Yeah. It's been tough for me to keep a decent, semi-consistent stream user base because I do the board game stuff and I do PC stuff. So, and I stream in the afternoon my time because it's most convenient for me for that. So hopefully, things move and or better.
Mhm.
But I'm working at it. It'll happen when it happens. I'm not too caught up in the numbers.
It's okay. I got a second person I'm going to pull up here.
All right, I
Because
will.
there's two sides to this. There's two versions of what we're looking at.
I will
That
be back. I gotta
is,
restroom.
I'm just going to throw them in as that is the try hard person I show you.
Okay.
You're on mobile something like it releasing breath.
Lexi,
That's
you're
okay.
roboting.
That was a try hard person. This is what happens to other people. These are the ones that are able to convert those people that are just coming, visiting for the points into
Yeah.
actual community members. Can you tell where they joined or left?
No.
This stage over here is when Twitch got weird with all their shit. Which, if you notice, Twitch got weird with all their shit over here. They're already down.
Yeah.
This is someone working the system. This is someone building a community.
Yeah. And I try to build a community as best as I can. And I think I have some decent people who have stopped by and hang out with me when I'm playing things like TFT. And a lot of times chat is slow, and it does bother you sometimes, especially because on mobile, when you're looking at your dashboard on mobile, you can't hide the viewer count because you need to see how long you've been streaming and all that stuff on your mobile Twitch dashboard. Because I do a lot of streaming,
Right.
on that. Because I stream 3 days a week through an iPad at a board game store, so I have to have my phone there to read chat because the iPad is at a height to see everything that it needs to see. If that makes sense.
Yeah, Cornhole. I had a lot of nights as both member and staff that I put in a lot of fucking hours.
And honestly, I am disabled. I was born disabled. Twitch streaming is basically what I do for lack of a better term, work. If that makes sense. And I stream 4 days a week. And I actually do put effort into it.
Yeah. Good, but yeah. I think it's kind of gone to that point where it's kind of just died down a lot.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we'll get better at this journalism thing. We're working hard at it, and we will improve, and hopefully you guys will come back and hang out with us more often on more shows, because
Hey,
We'll have a
zombie,
lot of
you
time.
still matter. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I see you creeping in the background.
Yeah.
I've touched you before. You just don't know where I've touched you before. Maybe I should touch Zombie on stream because I know exactly how to show Zombie how I touch him.
Yeah, Zombie's one of my chat mods. He's a great guy, and we've all got great
I
communities.
say zombies from Nick.
Yeah.
I say you'll notice that a lot of the people that come across from the podcast for the first time, it's like me recognizing, it's like, oh, he's from my channel. Actually, a lot of them, oh, look, they're from my channel. To be honest, especially today, because let's see, we had Magma and Tayo, but both those guys, I'm just like, but they're from my channel. They've played Town of Salem with me on my stream before, and I've been with them on their streams before. Same game, but still same point.
Zombie.
And honestly, we're still like new at this podcasting thing. We're what, 18, 19 episodes in?
This is 20.
Like 20. So yeah, we're barely
20.
So yeah, so this is a hell of a way to celebrate our 20th episode. So we will get better, and if you can have constructive feedback, we definitely will take that in. Because we want to improve, and we want to have fun. We want to make this a great show for everybody to come hang out and BS. And, so there are some episodes where we just BS.
Because there's not much happened that past week. So
yeah, exactly.
It's like, all right, cool, BS time. And they're fun. Yeah. That's really the ones where there's so much joking, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yes. But, I like episodes like this as well, and I hope you enjoyed yourself on here, and we didn't know, obviously we don't know with the callers really where they're going to go on that, but I think it was constructive conversation, and I think it went pretty
more
well.
out there, and some questions answered from members, which was the big part.
Yeah, and just like we said to the Smooth Jazz, you're more than welcome to come back on the show anytime.
We'll see if the topics there.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on, even if it's just a BS session or something, You're more than welcome to come back on. We enjoyed having you. And thank you for reaching out to us last week.
No worries. If you guys have other questions and you just missed it in the podcast, DM me.
Yeah, and we're...
DM him or see him on his stream.
Yeah, and also, I know people are going to, rip us for whatever. Listen. We're trying here. I think we do a pretty decent effort.
I know. I remember back when I was doing episode 0.5. Back then, I was never really intending to be much on it. I was pretty much the guy who did the overlay and hosted the stream at that point in time. That's what I was intending, where I had a very crappy, shitty mic. I say now I have a AT2020. It's an absolutely incredible mic. But I had some cheapo $50 mic that came with the power supply and the stand. The mic was very So some jerk just came on and was like, first of all, if you're going on a podcast, get a better fucking mic. Well, basically that. I'm just like, dude, I'm just the overlay guy at that point. Now I'm obviously this, but...
Yeah. And we've evolved since then, too, and we're getting better, and hopefully we will continue to get better. By the way, Lexi had a funny joke. I'm going to say it in voice. You want an epic joke? Fortnite. Think about it.
Well, I mean, it is garbage, so...
Epic is the company who makes Fortnite. So there's a bit more to it than...
That's true. That's true. It's not funny, but it's true.
The attempt was there.
No, you want something funny with Epic and Fortnite. Founders package.
Nice.
All right.
You see, that's how you really find out who you can jab that knife in on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Unholy. I have one.
All right.
Unfollow? I'm not my follower count. Okay. You'll be back. I know you. You'll be back.
Yeah.
You like it here.
Yeah, but I really think this was an informative show, and I hope this gets a lot of listens, and hope people check it out. And I think we will be back on next week. We should be we have a normal time of 7:30 Pacific. That's our normal time, but we might.
Unless
switch up
something
to
major
6:90.
weather-wise happens, we'll be back next week.
Yeah, because this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I think that's going to be it for us. Where we might as well close the show, and Hai's going to go ahead and do that now, I assume.
Yes, indeed. So, with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Once again, as mentioned, we'll be live next week, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, and something AM over in the UK. I don't remember the exact time. And, once again, stick around for that raid. Bye-bye now.